What is up, guys? This is going to be my trailer breakdown for Arrow Season 6, Episode 6, titled Promises Kept. But before the breakdown, let's watch the trailer.
Your son,
We don't leave witnesses.
is dangerous.
Apple doesn't fall that far. I got you a little gift. Oliver Queen. It's time to collect the debt he owes you, Father. Do it. Slade!
Arrow, only this Thursday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
So this episode is obviously a continuation of last episode of Deathstroke Returns. It's obviously a part 2, but what we don't see in the trailer is, for me, the thing I'm most excited for, the most interesting part, and it's in the synopsis. So I'll just read the synopsis real quick. As Slade continues to uncover clues about his son's last few years, Oliver makes a big decision. Hopefully that big decision is becoming Green Arrow again. Really, that's the only thing I could think of that would be a big decision for Oliver to make. And I really hope that that's his big decision, because I am already sick of Diggle being the Green Arrow. I said this in my review for the reversal, and that was his second episode as Green Arrow. We didn't see him as Green Arrow more than, we saw him a tiny bit as Green Arrow last episode, but barely, and it was really refreshing. I don't want to see Diggle as Green Arrow ever. So this episode, I really hope Oliver goes back to being Green Arrow, because we know he's Green Arrow in the Crisis on Earth X crossover. So, and Diggle's nowhere to be seen there, so I think that maybe in this episode, Oliver actually finds out about probably near the end of the episode, Oliver finds out about the drugs Diggle's taking, and then maybe kicks him off the team. Or maybe that's in the next episode, but because Diggle's not in the crossover at all, and he's Green Arrow again, so I think that might happen, and I honestly really want that to happen, just because Oliver as Green Arrow is like the heart of this show. The show needs Oliver to be the Green Arrow. I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that Stephen Amell had some backache, or he injured himself doing the Ninja Warrior thing, so they had to write it in. I guess I can't fault the writers for that if that is true, but still, I cannot wait to see Oliver as Green Arrow back. And Diggle, just from the last couple episodes, he's really annoying. He's frustrating that he doesn't tell anybody anything other than Dinah. So I don't mind him off the team. I kind of wish he would have died on Lianu, to be honest. Not because I don't like his character, but because, first of all, not enough people died on Lianu, and second of all, I don't know, he's just annoying in the season so far. So anyway, the synopsis continues. Meanwhile, Green Arrow, who is Diggle, leads the team into battle against the Dragon, a villain who is stealing tech in Star City. The Dragon is Richard Dragon. This is the first time we see Richard Dragon, or as they're calling it on the show, the Dragon, which I think is really cool. So I actually don't think he's ever going to be called Richard Dragon. He's going to be called Ricardo Diaz, which is his name, and then the Dragon, Richard Dragon, will be a thing, and that's fine. I think Ricardo Diaz, and having the name Ricardo Diaz and then Richard Dragon as your code name isn't that, like, it's lame. It's pretty lame. So Ricardo Diaz with the code name The Dragon, that's a much cooler name, and I'm excited as hell for that. For those of you who don't know, Richard Dragon is the main villain of the season, or at least the leader of the team of the main villains of the season, which looks to be with Anatoly and Black Siren and maybe some other people, but so far it's just those three that I could think of. Oh, and Kid and James. So for those of you who don't know, Richard Dragon, or they're calling him the Dragon, is supposed to be like one of the best fighters in the DC universe. So I think him and Green Arrow are gonna have some hella lit fight scenes in episode 9 and thereon, because I don't think Oliver and Richard Dragon will actually meet at all in this episode, or he's not gonna be in the next episode. And then Crisis on Earth X, and then the mid-season finale almost always features the main villain, so Green Arrow and Richard Dragon will have a confrontation in episode 9, and I am so excited for that. But right now, I'm honestly a little disappointed that Diggle is the first Green Arrow to fight the Dragon, or Richard Dragon, or whatever they're going to call him, because I'm not 100% sure that they're just going to call him the Dragon, but that's definitely what they're going to call him in this episode. So I'm a little disappointed that Diggle is the first Green Arrow that's meeting him. It would have been so much better if Oliver was. But hopefully this confrontation leads to Oliver coming back as the Green Arrow. This episode will probably be great. Both the subplot and the main plot look to be really good. The main plot being Slade, and part 2 of last episode, Slade and his son. Going off the trailer and the title of the episode, his son will try to convince Slade to keep his promise to Oliver and kill him. But in the trailer, Slade is holding up the sword and it seems to stab himself. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know why he stabs himself. And I swear to God, if Slade dies in this episode, I'll be so upset. Because we just saw his most awesome scene ever. The most awesome fight scene Deathstroke has ever had. And I really want a TV show like full of that. So if he dies in this episode, which I doubt he will, but going off the fact that he's stabbing himself, you know, he might, but I really hope he doesn't. So I have no idea what's going on in the whole Deathstroke story other than the fact that Joe Wilson is trying to convince Deathstroke to get his revenge or keep his promise to Oliver, even though he was crazy at the moment. So I really don't see Slade keeping that promise. So the title of this episode is Promises Kept, and I don't think Slade will keep that promise again. So I don't know what the promise is that's kept. Maybe it's something to do with Oliver promising William, or maybe it's the promise that Oliver made to his father, that he's going to save the city. I don't know. I think this title has maybe like a double or triple entendre. It's talking about so many things. The promise Oliver made to his father, the promise Oliver made to Samantha, and then the promise Slade made to Oliver, and also the promise that Oliver made to Slade, helping him save his son. So let me know what you thought about the trailer in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.